tell me a little bit about yourself, how you started the band?
So I'm a producer and a recording artist. I play guitar, bass, piano, and drums. Um, I started Midnight Nightmare kind of like as like a fun, creepy solo project in like 2015, and in 2017 I decided I wanted to make it like a full band project and start doing live shows. So I just recruited different people to like join the project and do some live show work with me. Um, I do a lot. I do the majority of all the music, just like here in my bedroom, like all the guitar, all the synthesizers, and the mixing and mastering and stuff like that. And I just write out sheet music for like the band to like perform with us.
Nice. I still remember when the last time I saw you guys. You guys were great. Like I was actually so blown away by your vocals.
Oh, thank you.
What do you find most challenging when you're composing a song? Is it writing the lyrics or putting together the beats?
For me, it's the most challenging part is always the lyrics. When it comes to instruments and instrumentation or beat making, I could write like a whole album in a day. Almost like I can just come up with melodies and just keep writing and recording stuff. But when it comes to lyrics, I think I overthink them a lot. But I also think about uh like putting entendres in the songs and making them profound, but also making sure like the syllable count is right to the rhythm of the music. And I spend a lot of time alone, so I don't really talk a lot. So when it comes to writing lyrics, I feel like that's the hardest part for me. But the instrumentation part just comes natural.
I'll give you kind of like a brief thing of like my life. Like so, I kind of like grew up really sheltered, so I never really had the experience to like hang out with friends or anything like that. Besides like being with relatives, like all my cousins and stuff. So shortening that, like I lived in New Jersey for most of my life, and then I moved out here to California. Been a couple years trying to figuring myself out until now, getting myself into exploring more of the goth scene, and back then was more of like a lot of the emo scene. So
Very
basically,
nice.
just going to shows helps me be more confident in myself, and doing these interviews helps me out, and also helps you out too, because exposure.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's like similar for me. I'm from Georgia. So a lot of people there were like mostly like in the emo scene. So like even though I was like into like goth and like metal and stuff, kind of like the only alternative friends I had were like kind of like into the emo stuff, and I didn't really care about it too much. But yeah, I moved to
Mhm.
LA like 10 years ago and now.
Do you miss anything about Georgia, or did you ever go back there?
Mm, I go back to visit a lot. I don't really miss it, I will say. I like California a lot better in so many ways, and I like the people here and the opportunities that I've had here. Um, I feel like it's just been a kinder uh place for me.
I've listened to a couple of your EPs, your earlier work, and even from your earliest albums, like everything just lyric wise and vocal wise, very strong. And I'm really am impressed with how you're able to put everything together. So I was just wondering, like, what EP are you most proud of, or which EP are you most proud of?
Okay. Um, so I'm definitely really proud of like a lot of the work I have, and initially I would say like my most proud work is the latest album, Null, or even the newest stuff, the unreleased stuff I'm working on. I really love it. It's some of the best work I've ever done. But I think I'm probably most proud of the first EP, just given the fact that when I wrote it and when I recorded it, I just recorded it on like really crappy equipment. I didn't really have that much knowledge on like production and stuff, and I still made it happen. And even like, years later, the songs they're still pretty strong and a lot of people really like them a lot. So I'm proud that I was able to just do it without like overthinking on needing to buy more stuff or like learn more before I did it. And I just kind of did it on like a crappy like $100 laptop that just kept crashing, and I had this really like shitty line 6 interface to record the guitar, so it didn't sound like the best. um but the album definitely sounds unique, and I did a really good job with it. So a lot of those songs aged really well. So I'm
I
really
think
proud
so.
of it. The first EP, the self-titled.
Yeah, I think so. I think even just listening to it too, like it's still mastered all really well. It doesn't, it doesn't sound like it's garbled in a toilet.
Oh,
So
thank
it's like,
you.
you're welcome. So I want to know how long you've been practicing harsh vocals or more like growls.
Um, so I probably started when I was like what, 13 or 14 years old, which is, that's probably like 2004, 2005. I listened to a lot of like Cannibal Corpse, Suicide Silence, Job for a Cowboy back then. Um, and I just kind of started mimicking how they were. Like I never took any lessons or like there wasn't really YouTube videos on how to do it like back then like there is today. So I just kind of just mimicked the sound um and I just started doing it since then. Like when I first started it, it wasn't super strong, but I eventually just got better and better at it and started kind of crafting my own voice with it.
How would you describe the type of vocals you do, like fry scream, low gutturals? You got the cold scream.
The
What else?
technique I use, it's called false chord, which is
Mhm.
a pretty safe way to like, do vocals. Like like uh it's not super harsh like on your vocals and you can do it for multiple days at a time without losing your voice, which is really good. Best way to explain it, it's just kind of like how like if you have like an aggressive like sigh or like the clearing your throat like it's just kind of like that but just more power and breath behind it. Or like when you're frustrated you're like it's kind of the
Yeah.
same like natural like body function, you're just putting more force behind it.
When I first like started getting into deathcore, those type of growls have been my favorite. I liked fry screams, and now I like pig squeals too.
Oh yeah, I love pig swills as well.
Are there any artists within like the deathcore scene or industrial scene, dead or alive, who would you like to perform with?
Ooh, a band that I've always wanted to perform with is Dur Gray. They're like a Japanese like extreme metal band. They're one of my biggest influences, and their stage performance and presence is just um, it's unmatched. Like they're kind of unique. Well, a lot of the bands that I grew up listening to and wanted to perform with, I ended up performing with, like OTEP or Cyclone 9 or Dawn of Ashes, um, God Module. Uh, I've already performed with them, but yeah, those were a big influence for me when I was first getting into industrial. As far as metal, I would love to play a show with Cannibal Corpse. I'm really into this band Peeling Flesh right now, which I know is probably not like, I don't know if it would be a good matchup, but maybe it would be because we do have a lot of breakdowns and stuff. I would love to play a show with those guys.
I hope so. I know, I definitely see how your stage presence and how everyone's all in sync together. I definitely think you guys can go into more bigger bands and bigger performance. I'm still waiting for the day when metal bands perform in really big arenas besides Metallica.
Yeah, me too.
I know there are metal nights, so how would you feel like if a DJ grabbed one of your songs and were playing it and then a lot of people are like moshing to it and dancing with it? Like, how would you feel?
I would feel really good. I've actually been out to a couple events, especially like Club Terminal. They'll play our song Fear and Apathy sometimes. And if I'm at a show, sometimes I'll randomly hear it and I'll be like, wait a minute, that's that's me. I also we have a lot of Russian fans. So I made a VK account, which is like kind of like Russian Facebook. And I've had some goth like industrial DJs like send me videos saying, "Oh, they're playing like your song here," and they play a lot of stuff from the Pleasure and Pain album, which is like more electro industrial kind of stuff, which I thought was really cool, and it made me feel like okay, I am actually like doing stuff that's like impacting people.
Mhm. Yay. That's so great though. I'm glad that like a lot of people are doing that because it does help with getting more people introduced to your music. I think that's how
Yeah.
for me, like because I go to a lot of goth nights, that's how I've got into Ultrasun, which I'm seeing on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good band.
I see your makeup is flawless, is better than mine because I'm still learning. Um, I want to know if you had your own makeup palette, what colors would you want in the palette? And if you were to name the colors in the palette, what would you name them?
Hmm. So if I was to do a palette, I would probably do something simple, like maybe call it like the Nightmare palette or something. And it's just like water activated face paint where it's just black, red, white, and maybe gray. And that's like just something simple. And I'd probably give them names like I don't know, like null, void, nothingness, like something like that. Just kind of fit the theme of Midnight Nightmare. Because those are
Hmm,
like the main colors I use. But if I was to do something like with cool colors or something, I'd probably call it like Mist at Midnight. Probably have like some blues and purples and maybe like some pink stuff in there too, because I do wear a lot of pink from time to time. Yeah.
what shade of pink you like to wear?
I really like hot pink, like
Same, me too.
obnoxious highlighter pink. Like that's like my favorite.
It just blends so well with black too. It's like it's easily.
Oh yeah, I love the combination of like black and pink. It's nice.
You have to have any of your songs or any track from any album in a movie. What movie do you think best represents any of your songs?
That's interesting. Definitely think that a lot of our songs have like this kind of like foreboding post-apocalyptic like nothing matters kind of feel. Um also has a lot of anger. I don't know. As far as a movie, it would definitely have to be something like dystopian or post-apocalyptic, like I don't know, maybe even something like Blade Runner or Blade, I'm imagining, or Mad Max, or like I don't know. I actually even like an old EP, like I get a lot of like brutalism, like dystopian kind of vibes from it when I was writing it. So something like Metropolis, like the original dystopian movie, like some kind of black and white film with minimal like dialogue. It's just something like that. I think that would be kind of cool.
Are there any songs that you've heard from any of your favorite artists that you wish you had written the song?
Ooh, actually, yes. So the first song that comes to mind is Ludovico's Technique song "Dead Inside." It's it's probably one of my favorite songs. Like, and I was just like, man, I wish I thought about it because it's heavy and it has like that kind of metal like cadence on the drums and stuff, but it's like all electronic and synth sounds. And it just sounds, I don't know, it just sounds heavy for like a full like synth industrial track. And there's a song from Sidewalks and Skeletons also. Let me find the name of it. Can't remember it at the top of my head. Um, where is it? I have their whole entire discography liked. I think, oh yeah, it's called Dead Idols. This song, it's also same thing. It's like very synth heavy, but it feels heavy, like like just like a heavy guitar song. I wanted to do more stuff like that.
Are you planning on any new work, like any new albums or any new EPs?
Yes, I'm not gonna leak the name of the album yet, but the next album, I haven't decided on if I want to make it an EP or an album because I have about like 10 to 12 new Midnight Nightmare songs. They're more guitar heavy than like the previous stuff, but they sound they're pretty more on like the deathcore side, but with like some electronic and industrial elements in it. I'm still deciding on if I want to just release like a 5 song EP, like the five strongest songs, or if I want to like change some of the other songs to make them fit better to do like a full album. But more than likely, I'm probably just gonna do maybe like release 6 to 8 songs and just call it an album. But most of it's done. Just needs to do a lot of mixing and mastering, and I'm also just indecisive on lyrics because lyrics take forever for me.
Do you have any tattoos?
I just have a couple flash tattoos on my leg. I have Courage the Cowardly Dog like on my calf and Buttercup from Powerpuff Girls, and then I have like a
Mhm.
little heart on my ankle from like Legend of Zelda, like the
Mhm.
pixel heart tattoos. But it's also the same thing. I want a lot of big work. I don't want to get covered in a lot of little flash. So money has been holding me back from getting tattoos. But I like everything I want is like I want to get a whole chest piece or like a whole arm piece. Like I don't want to get a bunch of like small tattoos. So
Do you want like calligraphy as well, or just more imagery?
there's more imagery for sure.
You get to find like the right artist to do that, and
Yeah.
you definitely don't want it to blow out or the ink to spread or
Yeah, you got to get the
anything
right
look
person to
weird.
do it, or else it
Yeah,
won't age well like at all. I'm
yeah.
also really picky about like line work and stuff too, because I actually was when I was 19, I was a tattoo apprentice, and I was going to start tattooing people, but I ended up not wanting to do it because where I was in Georgia, like most of the work was it was all like sports logos and calligraphy and like Bible quotes and like religious imagery and stuff. And I was just like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. So also just the type of customers you have to deal with out there was like insufferable. So I was like, I don't know, I'd rather work like a 9 to 5 than did to do this. So I dropped out of the tattoo stuff and then I started taking music more seriously.
That's a pastime since you don't um go into tattoo as a career. Do you do any drawings yourself or
Yeah, I
paint?
draw and paint. I haven't done a lot lately. Let me see. I might have something here. I have no idea where my art book is. I've been looking for it for days. Oh, okay, yeah. This is something I did recently. Um, but yeah,
Nice.
I don't really draw, and I do like logos and stuff. Like I used to do metal logos for people.
Nice.
Um, these are like some quick sketches I did for another band. Like
Oh, cool.
so I used to do like metal logos, that kind of thing. But I haven't really done a lot. Like music has kind of been occupying most of my time lately.
Do you do any of the artwork for your albums and merch, or do you hire someone?
Um, I used to. So the first album, my friend in Germany actually did, and the the Pleasure and Pain album art I did myself, and I also did the erotic violence cover art, and I did the photography for that as well. But everything else for Midnight Nightmare is I either hire someone or I'll hire like a friend to like make something for me. Just because it's like I'm already doing so much with Midnight Nightmare that it's just like I burn myself out because it's like the writing and then the recording and then doing the sheet music and the mixing and mastering and the distribution and all the stuff and then like the lyrics and all of that thing, like putting it on like Spotify and everything. It's just a lot of work. So
It
anything I
is.
can, I'll just like outsource it to other people to collaborate with. Which back in the day, the reason why Midnight Nightmare stuff took so long is because I wouldn't get any help from anybody, and I was trying to do everything myself. But like now, I'm kind of more open to collaborating and like working with other people because I just realized that's kind of how most people operate and just able to keep releasing content. I just can't realistically do everything, you know.
In the past, have you had the fear of like if you were to collaborate with more people, that they would kind of take over the vision that you have for any projects that you're working on?
I think the fear I have is not more so that they take over, but like more so if I won't speak up about something that I won't like. Because I'm a little bit of a people pleaser and I don't like shooting people's ideas down. So that's kind of always been a hard thing when I've been collaborating with people, whether it's like music or art. But I'm kind of getting better at it and like kind of orchestrating it and just like shooting ideas with people where I'm just like, if I don't like something, I'm just like, oh, I don't like how it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just more so I'm more afraid that I won't speak up about something and I'll just let it pass.
If it wasn't for music and previously tattooing, what other career path would you have done if you didn't go down this creative path in music?
I actually have a degree in environmental science and a degree in computer science. Um, I probably would put more focus into like coding and programming or maybe like game development because it's something that I could still kind of be creative with, at least like musically and then like artistically, but also I have a lot of like problem solving logic abilities that I use a lot for like the music world, but it works really well with you know, science and tech. So I'd probably do something in that realm, like maybe like as a video game developer or a web developer or something like that, or designing some kind of systems for weather or like the environment or something.
You have a favorite video game?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't think I have like an absolute favorite, but I play a lot of survival crafting games. So I'll play like Raft or Minecraft or 7 Days to Die, um, that kind of thing. Uh, the only like competitive type of game that I'm actually good at is Overwatch, which I play a lot of because it's kind of easy to just jump into and jump out of if I'm busy. But I play a lot of random indie horror games too on Steam. So like usually just stuff like Phasmophobia or um what were we playing lately? We've been playing this game called Forsaken Frontiers, Outlast Trials. Um, I can't think. Lethal Company we've played a lot of as well, and like Repo, that kind of thing.
Do you
Yeah.
think you can survive a zombie apocalypse?
Um,
Game training.
I think that I could, but I don't know if I would want to. I mean, I definitely could. I have a lot of survival skills and a lot of knowledge when it comes to like, you know, like camping and like being out in the wilderness and you know how to purify water like really fast if you need to and that kind of thing. So maybe I could survive. But like here in LA, if like it was an outbreak in the city, it'd be miserable. But if I was like in the countryside and it started, like maybe I could have a chance to survive. I don't know.
I just hope that if that were a thing, those zombies better be really, really slow.
Imagine we get the
Uh,
sprinting zombies that
no,
like jump
oh
really
no.
high. Oh, that'd be miserable.
No, I would just be wondering, and I'll also be confused because I'm like, wait, are they actually zombies or are there people on drugs? 'Cause, mm.
Same difference, right?
Yeah.
Played a lot of zombie games. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite zombie game or favorite film of zombies?
Mm. I really like the movie Dead Alive just because of the ridiculousness of like the gore and like this practical effects. Like I really like that like a lot. And I just think it's just like really funny. Um, as far as video games when it comes to zombies, I'm trying to think of what I've played. Um, I've probably put the most time into 7 Days to Die, but I don't think that would necessarily be my favorite. I've also played like Left 4 Dead. DayZ I played a lot, but I definitely would say that's not my favorite. I'm so sick of that game. Um, what other zombie games have I played? Dead Island I've played, I really liked a lot. I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick favorites for me. I would probably say it's most likely 7 Days to Die because I've put a lot of hours into that.
I know you did a show recently. How did that go?
So actually we have a new drummer because our previous drummer, he's been with us for like 6 years, almost 7 years now. He got like a back injury and his back has just not been getting better. He's also kind of stubborn, like about going to the doctor and stuff. Like he's like one of those type of people that just doesn't think you need to go see the doctor. And it never got better. And so he ended up dropping out, and um I had to find a new drummer who I actually met through someone I played games with that I met on TikTok. Actually, the zombie game that we played together was called Project Zomboid. So I met this guy on TikTok like 3 or 4 years ago because I was obsessed with this game during COVID, and I saw him playing it on TikTok, and I was like, add me to the server. I'll play with you." And then he introduced me to his friend Seven, who's a drummer, and I was like, who am I gonna like? Because the hardest thing about like the Midnight Nightmare drums is like they're really complex, and it has to be like a death metal or a deathcore drummer that can like kind of pick it up and play it. And Seven, the friend of the friend I met on TikTok, actually ended up being a deathcore drummer, and he had moved here recently. And I was like, hey, my drummer just dropped off. We have 2 shows coming up. I was like, would you be able to like help us out with this? And he was like, yeah, no problem. And I sent him the tracks. And the first rehearsal we had was the day of our first show, and he played everything flawlessly.
Mm,
And I was really surprised. Like he did a really good job with it, and he kind of also adds more of like a deathcore style to the band that I feel like was missing. Because like our last drummer, Croc, was very technical and really fast, but he was more of like a punk rock drummer. So he didn't really get like a lot of the stuff like breakdowns or like, like the groove with China's or ghost notes or something like stuff like that. Like a lot of the modern deathcore bands do. So he didn't really get a
mm,
lot of that stuff. And when I would write it in the tracks, he would kind of just do his own thing. But Seven did like exceptional with it, and it just brought like an extra like level of heaviness to it. So I'm really excited to start working with him and like doing more like live shows and more music videos. Um,
mm.
but yeah, that show went really well, and the last show we did we packed out, which was nice. And yeah,
Yeah, if you guys ever come back down here to San Diego, let me know, and
oh
I'll
yeah,
get to see all you guys again.
of
I didn't
course,
even
yeah,
I didn't
definitely.
know that though when it came to like drummers that are in like different more experience in different genres
Hmm.
than like deathcore that they have to have a certain tempo and pace to keep up to
Hmm.
match the genre that they're in.
Yeah, that's that's the thing of too, even with guitar players too, because you could find someone that's like classically trained, like technically knowledgeable, and they can practically play everything, and they can just kind of like go up and down like the guitar, and they play really good. But I've had guitar players join in the past, and they were really good, but when with the music, it just kind of felt too robotic. It didn't feel
Mm,
like heavy because it was just like more they just kind of wanted to play to the grid or play like exactly to the tabs and not add like the little expressions and stuff to it to kind of just give it more energy live, which I think you have to enjoy the music of the band that you're with in order to like for it to sound the best. So with the lineup that I have now, it's like it's pretty solid. Like everybody gets along really well. Everybody like promotes and gets people to the shows, and we all have a good time, and we all like when it's time to like lock in and be serious, everybody's really serious and they do a really good job. So I'm really happy about this the new stuff we're about to do.
yeah, I'm excited to listen to it when you guys put it all out. What are your thoughts as a musician being on stage, like seeing a whole sea of phones and not many people engaging much with the performance?
I don't really have an issue with it. I mean, I know that some people like that's just like kind of their preferred way to enjoy a show, and I kind of don't want to like oppress or police people's way to enjoy something, but I do prefer like the shows when like there's a lot of audience engagement or like there's like a mosh pit or something. You know, it feels more. You know, you get kind of get that feedback from the audience, and then it just makes you feel. Um, I don't know, you just have more energy on stage. You kind of feeding off the energy of the audience. It does feel better, but I'm not really one to like care. If people want to record, like it's fine. And um especially like with my band, I tell them even if it's like going to be a small show or if they're tired or whatever, I say just put your 110% out there because you never know who's watching. And you also never know who's recording and who might see it on their story. So like we always have to put on like the best show ever, even if it doesn't feel like it's going to be a good show. So and that's helped us a lot get a lot of opportunities to just like someone sees a video of us and they're like, oh my god, these guys are crazy, and then they'll want to pay us to come out to like this city or that city, or and it's helped us out a lot.
Yeah, that's why I do it. That and to
Yeah,
remember, is it
yeah,
the when you see like the live performances compared to um the studio albums? There's always like a difference in how people bring up the people's presences on stage, and then there's
hmm
like there's hidden jokes and stuff like that. So it's always enjoyable.
yeah, yeah. One thing with Midnight Nightmare too that I wanted to always to do pretty much. I grew up listening to a lot of like death metal and like deathcore. But when I was first getting into it, I always envisioned like really horrifying and gory and scary things. But a lot of times when I would go to the shows or I would look up a music video for the bands that I was discovering, it would just be kind of like regular dudes with a t-shirt and jeans, and it just kind of like ruined the illusion for me of like the heaviness of the music. So I wanted to like marry the aggressive, dirty, disgusting look of like agrotech and industrial with the heaviness of like death metal and deathcore. So I wanted the image to match the sound, and there's not really a lot of bands in existence that are like that. And that was like my main goal for this project too. It's just I wanted to be heavy and look scary.
Have you ever thought of doing any like theatrical things with your performance, like
Oh
any
yeah,
costumes or
I
like a character?
definitely do want to do bigger things like with theatrics, and I want to get like a light show program to our set. So like, you know, kind of everything and everything is just kind of big. Have people like help us with props. I've always had this idea of where like the intro of the song is playing, or the intro to the set list is playing, and then I have people like kind of carrying me on stage, either in like a casket or like in a body bag, and then they just kind of just drop me on stage like some kind of ceremonial people, and then I just kind of just burst out of the body bag like right at the climax of the song or something. Always wanted to do theatrical stuff, but it's a lot, and a lot of my ideas I'll probably save for when we do like our first big festival show or something, and then I'll get a lot of people to work on it with us.
Well, I'm doing an interview. Right now? Yeah, right now. Oh, sorry. It's okay, interview. What you got there? Bins? Okay. Okay. Sorry. Oh my god, not a. Oh my god. Why'd you give me a mannequin head? Mannequin head.
Mannequin head. Oh,
Mannequin.
nice.
The Lars are making friends, so
Lovely.
Oh yeah, a lot of beauticians use this, like when they need to do hair, and I haven't seen these
Yeah.
in a long time.
I
Sorry.
have like a bald white mannequin head that I put corpse paint on that we used to use on our merch table to display our beanies.
Yeah, that is,
But we
that's
actually sold out of beanies. I have to get some more printed.
oh, the other favorite merch that you have put out. like any T-shirts or design,
Mm.
or anything that's more of a unique merch that you would like to sell that you've never seen any band sell before?
So my favorite merch design so far is probably like our devil t-shirt. It's the red one that has a devil with the New Rock shoes on and it's kind of floating with like the upside down cross necklace and it's got a lot of red and black and like kind of like rust colors, like brown and reddish colors on it. I'll send you a photo of it so you can reference it. It's probably my favorite t-shirt design. I definitely want to get like booty shorts and crop tops done for Midnight Nightmare and probably just more like kind of more like just non-traditional merch that's kind of unique. Maybe underwear. The logo on the back or something, you know.
Yeah, I think that'll be really cool. So you always need like something different, and I know like most people who are like, I have a ton of band shirts, which next time soon, eventually, I really gotta buy you guys like a band T-shirt.
Oh, okay, of course. Yeah, we'll definitely come back to San Diego soon.
Yeah.
Actually thinking a San Diego promoter just emailed me recently, but I haven't responded to the email yet to see what date he wants us. But
Okay.
we're looking into touring soon. Everybody's just kind of dealing with their own like job and financial issues. So we're just trying to get our life together and then we're ready to like hit the road again soon.
Do you have any advice for anyone who's trying to get their foot into the music industry or starting their own band?
I say just do it and don't be afraid to fail. 'Cause and don't be afraid to like do bad things because you always learn from your failures and that's the only way you're gonna get better. Just keep doing it, keep failing until you get better. That's like the biggest thing. And you know, it's like you only live once, so just kind of go for it. And that's pretty much what I did, even though I didn't have like the money or the equipment or anything. And then it kind of worked out. It got us a
Okay.
lot of opportunities, and it got me out here in LA. So it's been nice.
Do you like Nine Inch Nails?
I love Nine Inch Nails. Yes.
I saw their last tour and their Coachella performance too. Well,
Oh,
not going
nice.
there, but I saw their live stream. But I went to their recent tour. I was I got so emotional.
Yeah, I actually have yet to see them live. Like the last few times that they were here, I was either playing a show or I was like traveling or touring with a different band, which just like the downside of being a musician. Because a lot of times when you're touring with someone else, all of your favorite bands are like in your city, like when you're on the road, which really sucks. It's like peak touring season for everyone.
What's your favorite album or song by them?
Hmm. Favorite album. It's really hard for me to choose favorites. Um, I think for nostalgic reasons, it's gotta be. I don't know. To be honest, it's really hard. It's a tie between the fragile and the downward spiral for me, I would say, but both for nostalgic reasons. And yeah, yeah, those two albums just definitely for me. I mean, also the album with Teeth is really great, but I think it's like a tie between the fragile and the downward spiral. Her
I
music video actually, Fear and Apathy, as the same video director that worked on Head Like a Hole and one from them actually.
really
Yeah, Eric Zimmerman, I co-directed it with him.
that is really cool.
Yeah. I think he's also worked with well, he's worked with Eminem and I know he's worked with KMFDM as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah.
KMFDM is great live as well.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Got blinded by their lights though in the last performance. Like it's really bright. Because I was diagnosed with glaucoma, and
Mm.
so my eyes are like kind of sensitive
Oh
to
yeah.
like, yeah, it sucks. But I don't care if I'm gonna go to a show and I like the band, I'll go through it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any like lenses or anything like you can wear to like help with it or?
No, I mean I'm supposed to get my glasses in well, get my new prescription in
Hmm.
July, but when I got diagnosed with glaucoma, after getting the surgery for it to save my little vision that I have, every year after that, my vision just kept changing. So I have like a year old pair of glasses I can't even use, and I've been
Oh
going a
yeah.
whole year without having glasses. I'm like, damn. And it sucks because like walking at night, it's like kind of hard. So I'm like, well,
Oh yeah. I can imagine. I'm
yeah,
really sorry to hear that.
yeah, it sucks. Eh, I'll deal with it. As long as I can see what I'm doing and I'm still motivated to do my little craft of going to shows and interviewing, I'm good.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think I'm still deciding on which album of Nine Inch Nails is my favorite because right now I'm on the binge of listening to their EP Broken, but I finished re-listening to their whole album of With Teeth. But then I also like their songs that they put out for the movie Tron.
Oh yeah, that was a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Trent Reznor just worked on another movie that just came out recently.
Hmm.
It was like it was some queer movie or something.
Hmm.
I forget what was it called. Oh, it was called Queer. That's actually the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. The soundtrack on that was really good too. I just watched that movie recently.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a social network.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the soundtrack on that movie was pretty good as well.
Yeah. So he's a busy man. Would you ever want to do that? Work on soundtracks for movies?
Yes, actually, so like now that I'm like completely done with school, because I just graduated last year, but I've been mostly doing like production work for other bands and like just recording like just rappers and stuff like that and like just drumming for different bands. Um, but I think I kind of want to get into like sync licensing and doing music for like movies and video games and stuff like that. I have a lot of tracks, like hundreds of tracks where I just don't think it would fit with lyrics. Um, and they're just kind of more like atmospheric or background music kind of thing. And I've been wanting to like either use them for like a video game project or like for a movie or a cartoon project or something. So I want to start looking into that and start work doing that more as like a career, I think.
I think you should do it. What are your thoughts on bands using their platform to voice their political beliefs?
Yeah, I think that's really cool. That's like, okay, like, you know, regardless of what your ideologies or your philosophical beliefs or whatever, I think it's good because music and especially like, you know, the style of music that we do is inherently political already just because of our existence and just because of being outcast and being different. I think it's okay and I think it's really good. Most artists, you know, are kind of like political and are either anti-establishment or like anti-oppression or anti like totalitarianism or something like that or and Midnight Nightmare music is pretty, I would say it's pretty anti-oppression. We try to like keep it mostly like apolitical, but like I have a lot of qualms with like kind of society and societal structures like if you go through the lyrics, but it's not really like attacking like one side or the other. It's more of like, you know, the world is just fucked up and we're forced to suffer it. You know, that's just kind of the whole theme of it. I mean, obviously, like I have my political beliefs, but you know, as an artist or like as a public figure, I will express my disdain for certain systems and certain things, but at the same time, I don't want to alienate like my audience or anyone. Um, because at different phases in life, people will like kind of learn who they are, and if they have like ignorant beliefs, well, I just like hope that one day that they'll grow out of it.
Mm.
And I feel like everybody kind of has like a chance to just be informed and to get better if they have like some kind of like bigoted like beliefs or anything like that. And then they'll just eventually learn that their ways were just stupid or they were just being young and dumb or whatever.
Thank
Okay.
you so much for speaking with me and doing this little interview with me.
Yeah,
Anything
of
you would like to
course.
add?
Yeah, thank you. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank you for having me. It's really pleasant.
Yay.